Okay, folks, if everybody can please take their seats, and please turn your cell phones either off or to mute or to silent or to vibrate. And we're going to start in about 5 minutes, okay? Get yourselves comfortable. On the periphery, you'll see some packs of water, if you wish. Help yourself. Okay? Okay, everybody seems to be here, so let's get things rolling. Okay, welcome to the 35th Annual Sports Wall of Fame. We will start today with an Indigenous land acknowledgement, which I will read. With the aim of educating our community and acknowledging the many land treaties that overlay the city of Niagara Falls and the Niagara region, we acknowledge and thank the Indigenous people who were stewards of this land for millennia before us. Now, it gives me great privilege to introduce Kate Dunham, who is going to sing "O Canada" for us. Kate? At this point in time, we'd like to present Kate with a little gift and token of our appreciation. Have a great day and thank you. At this point in time, I'd like to introduce our mayor, Jim Diodati. Jim?
Thank you for the, as Jim Bradley would say, the mercilessly brief introduction. Thanks very much for that. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I know originally it was scheduled to be last Sunday, and we moved it because of the snow event, as we call them, snowstorm. And the good news, Councillor Strange reminds me, at least no one's missing football today. Well, there's always a silver lining to every gray cloud. You just have to look for it. So thank you, Dr. Lescu, for the introduction. I want to welcome everybody. Today is a celebration of the 35th Annual Sports Wall of Fame induction ceremony. So I'm pleased to bring greetings on behalf of all of City Council. And speaking of City Council, today we've got one of our co-chairs. We've got Mike Strange, a committee member. We've got from City Council, Ruth Ann Uestag. So thank you for our councillors for being here. Put our hands together. Oh, and Tony Baldinelli, thank you. Hands together, please. Thank you. Representing our Member of Parliament is Sue Mingle. So Sue, thank you for being here today. Yes, we can clap. Our MPP, Wayne Gates, is here today. Thank you for being here, Wayne. And Regional Councilor, we're representing today by Kim Crater. So Kim, thank you for being here. I'd like to also acknowledge Kathy Moldenhauer. I see in the back, Kathy. She's our General Manager of Recreation. She oversees this whole event. Her and her staff, and Jeff Garashi, who helps us put it together. Please put your hands together for the staff that make this happen. Also, I'd be remiss if I did not acknowledge the members of the Sports Wall of Fame Committee, because without them, we wouldn't have an event today, and they've got a very difficult job. Their job is to vet through many applications to determine who gets on the wall. It's not an easy job. You know, people are sending them coffees and shots when they're at restaurants. No, I'm kidding. It's a very difficult, they've got to weigh out all the applications. And today, we've got them here today. I know they're going to get acknowledged specifically, but please, can you put your hands together and ask the committee to stand and be recognized for your work today? Please, thank you. To date, after 35 years, we've got 352 inductees on the Sports Wall of Fame. Those are athletes, builders, and teams. And we're quite proud of some of the great athletes and coaches and mentors that have come out of the city. You know, and I often say, it's not even about the sport, it's about the lessons you learn from sport that you take through your life. Whether you work or you're in business or you're raising your own family or you're coaching, the lessons you learn, the teamwork, the dedication, the motivation, the discipline, these are the things we learn in life. These are the takeaways that long after you're done sports, you're going to use those tools through the rest of your life. So we're grateful for that. And finally, congratulations today to all of the inductees. You know, we know you worked hard to get here, and maybe you missed a few events, a few family events. Sometimes you were training when other people were out partying. You know, sometimes you had to give up family time so that you could be with the team or the people you're mentoring. You helped create better citizens, better human beings. You made sacrifices, and at the time, maybe you got some grief for missing some things, and it wasn't easy, but if it wasn't for people like you, we wouldn't have the great people that we're acknowledging here today. So let's please put our hands together for all of the inductees. And lastly, and I know it feels a little vacant up here, and we're going to acknowledge Paisley Janvary, who was our leader for many, many years. We'll talk more. Definitely the stage feels a little bit empty this year, not having her with me, but it's nice to see we've got some of her family here today and some of her friends. But it's an honor and it's a privilege for me to be here today on behalf of the city to acknowledge the great athletes, the leaders in sport, and the great, rich athletic history that the city of Niagara Falls has. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor Jim. Now I'd like to recognize the Sports Wall of Fame committee members. Please stand and give a name, give a wave when I call your name. There's a few that aren't here, but I'm going to go through the list slowly. First of all, Bonnie Brady. Secondly, Christina Formica, who is unavailable to attend. Gary McDonald. Caleb Smith. Unfortunately not here, Julie Stevens. And my fellow hockey player, Mick Wolf. Mayor Jim Diodati as our honorary chair, and myself, Dr. William Lescue. Now, we've also had a few folks that have been with us a very long time in the category of lifetime members. Not in attendance, Emily Allen. Paul Campagato. Shirley Fisher, Bill Irvin, and another good friend of mine, Brian Mulligan. Now, sadly, in 2025, We lost a dear friend of mine and a longtime member and the chair before me, Paisley Janvary Poole. Today, we would like to pay special honor to Paisley, and I'd like to call upon Mick Wolf to speak, please.
This is obviously difficult. Paisley was more than just the chair of this committee. She was a friend to us all. I had the privilege of serving with her on the Project Share Board of Directors, the Recreation Committee, and a number of others over 25 years, and no words could do justice to what she meant to this community. Paisley was born in Niagara Falls in 1935 and was a contributing member of the community her entire life. She was the daughter of a dentist who was a prominent figure in the city and who spearheaded fundraising for community projects such as the Niagara Falls Memorial Arena. She learned at an early age the value of volunteering and giving to others less fortunate. Paisley raised 5 children, worked as an elementary school teacher, and still found time for community involvement. She passed along her passion for Niagara Falls and for volunteering to her family. Many of those can be found volunteering by her side at community events. Paisley was an alderman with the City of Niagara Falls for 21 years. She seldom missed a meeting, was dedicated, hardworking, and often defended the people who could not speak for themselves. She was also a member of numerous city committees and chaired many of them. She continued to be a member and chair of the Sports Wall of Fame until her passing. Paisley was inducted into the Sports Wall of Fame herself in 2011 as a builder for her involvement in establishing the Wall of Fame and her huge contributions of volunteer time to local sports. That same year, Paisley was also inducted for her accomplishments as part of the 1951-52 Niagara Falls Collegiate Vocation Institute Junior Girls Basketball Team. Now, I would now like to invite Pam Janvary Gillespie, Paisley's daughter, to the stage for a brief presentation. For those who are not aware, in the Gale Center, Rink 1, we have special seats that are dedicated. So one has been dedicated and purchased on behalf of Paisley. And this is the plaque that will go up on the seat. And well, we're also proud of her.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Janvary family, I would like to sincerely thank the Sports Wall of Fame Committee for this wonderful recognition of our amazing mother and grandmother, the late Paisley Janvary Poole, for her many years of hard work and dedication as chairman of the Sports Wall of Fame Committee, an initiative that she held very dear to her heart. As a young athlete herself, watching her 2 brothers, Biff and Pete, play sports, and her dad, Dr. W.A. Potter, who was a builder of sports, Paisley learned firsthand the impact that sports can have on an athlete's life. She learned that behind the scenes in every organized sport, there are passionate builders and supportive sponsors who help to make athletic opportunities possible for those who play the game. Paisley was the driving force behind the Sports Wall of Fame in Niagara Falls because she realized the importance of recognizing and honoring outstanding athletes and teams from the past as well as the present, and the importance of their achievements and contributions to sports in the city of Niagara Falls. So as an alderman in the late 1980s, she initiated and promoted this idea, and the Sports Wall of Fame was born in 1990 and has continued until the present time. This well-deserved recognition of Paisley Janvary Poole today truly reflects her many years of commitment and service that she happily dedicated to supporting and acknowledging sports in our community, working alongside many interested and hardworking committee members over the years. Paisley was incredibly proud of the Sports Wall of Fame in Niagara and how it grew to include so many outstanding athletes, builders, and sponsors over the past 35 years. And our family is incredibly proud of our mom and her endeavors and deeply grateful to see her legacy honored and remembered today. Nothing would have made Paisley happier than to know that this tradition of honoring sporting achievement on the Sports Wall of Fame will continue in Niagara Falls for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Paisley will be sadly missed. It's been an honor for me to take over, and I'm going to try my darndest just to try and raise myself to her level. But wow, that's like climbing Mount Everest. It's now time to honor the new inductees. This year we have 9 deserving individuals to induct today. We're going to start with the athletes, and then we'll move on to the builders. I believe there's 6 athletes and 3 builders. At this time, I'd like to call Mike Strange to join me at the podium and begin the inductions. Mike?
Thank you, Doc. It is my pleasure to introduce the first inductee, Jared Baldinelli. Jared Baldinelli's baseball journey began at age 5 with the Greater Niagara Baseball Association and grew into a path that carried him from local fields to NCAA Division I play and recognition as a Major League Baseball prospect. A standout at St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute, Jared earned multiple AL Catholic first team, all Tonawanda first team, and all Western New York first team selection. In 2012, he was named MVP of St. Joe's baseball and helped secure the Georgetown Cup Championship. He repeated the feat in 2013, leading to the Marauders to another championship while setting the school's all-time hits record. That season, he led it in batting average, .444, stolen bases, 14, and on-base percentage, .565, earning a Gold Glove and being named an All-Western New York Player of the Year finalist. In 2023, Jared was inducted into the St. Joe's Hall of Fame. At St. Bonaventure University, Jared played 4 seasons of Division I baseball and served as team captain his senior year. Baldinelli set career highs in 2017 in batting average, .306, and on-base percentage, .416. Under his leadership, the Bonnies reached the playoffs for the first time in a decade. He also competed in the PGCBL Summer League for the Utica Blue Sox, where he set a franchise record in walks, 66, while yielding a .309 career batting average. His performance earned him a selection to the 2017 Atlantic 10 AL Draft Team as an MLB prospect. Jared's career reflects exceptional talent, leadership, and dedication, rising from Niagara's Community Diamonds to success on the national collegiate stage. Congratulations, Jared.
Sorry, a lot of stuff I'm hanging on to. First off, I just wanted to start by congratulating my fellow inductees, thank the City of Niagara Falls for hosting the event and the selection committee for this honor. Some of my earliest memories in baseball are playing on the diamonds of Oaks Park, whether in game or practicing. A lot of those with my dad, a bucket of balls on a city diamond that we probably weren't supposed to be on at the time. Looking back now, those moments at Oaks Park meant a lot to me, the same that I hope to share again this time with my son, as a father on the same fields in the same city where my career started. This moment today feels like the final exclamation point on an athletic career that I'm very proud of. Not one because it was perfect, but because it was earned. There were highs and lows, victories, failures, and countless hours of work that happened behind the scenes. Every step of the journey shaped me, not just as a player, but as a person. The game of baseball gave me more than stats and trophies. It taught me discipline, humility, accountability, and perhaps most important, how to handle failure. Baseball is a game where failing 70% of the time means that you're successful. It taught me how to be a good teammate, how to compete the right way, and how to keep showing up even when things didn't go my way. Those are lessons that go far beyond the field, and lessons that started right here in this city, and my greatest hope is that one day, my son will learn those same lessons, whether through baseball or whatever path he chooses in life, and I'm thankful that he was able to be here today. To my family, I want to thank them for their support and for being here today. And once again, I just want to thank the City of Niagara Falls. This is a very humbling honor. Thank you all very much.
Congratulations, Jared. I would like now to call upon the presenter, Gary McDonald, for the next inductee, who is a very good friend, a good leader, a good coach, Jeremy Elliott, athlete in martial arts.
I'm exceptionally happy to have the opportunity to induct Jeremy. I was his high school wrestling coach and got to start beating him up when he was young. And to watch the achievements he's climbed to has been an impressive thing that I've been able to monitor and see throughout his life. Jeremy is a celebrated martial artist, athlete, and mentor whose career spans nearly 4 decades. Born and raised in Niagara Falls by his mother, Pat, he began martial arts in 1985 and quickly became a dominant competitor, earning a 7th degree black belt and multiple National Black Belt League, NBL World Championships in black belt self-defense. He has competed internationally, which includes going up against Japanese catch wrestling champion Minoru Suzuki, who, as well as at the Grand World Games, Elliott achievements earned him a place in the Sport Karate Museum in Texas, alongside legends like Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. Named an official history general, he is one of only 2 Canadians to receive this honor. He has also received the NBL Diamond Achievement Award in 2006. Elliott also earned his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and also competes in Abu Dhabi Combat Club submission grappling events. Beyond martial arts, he is well known for his success in pro wrestling, appearing in matches in over 24 states and provinces, earning a spot among the top 500 wrestlers by Pro Wrestling Insider in 2012 and 2013. In 1999, he founded United Family Martial Arts in Niagara Falls, where he trained generations of students to black belt status and world titles. His mentorship extends beyond sport. He supports youth with fetal alcohol syndrome disorder and launched the Embrace Our Journey awareness campaign. Jeremy's career embodies excellence, mentorship, and inclusion, leaving a profound impact on both the martial arts and the Niagara community as a whole. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame recipient, Jeremy Elliott.
Well, you guys don't know how much this award means to me. Thank you to Coach, who's I know him by, for inducting and nominating me. Thank you to all the counselors and the committee members. Special shout out to my crew who's in the back who came to support me. Thank you. I love all you guys. What can I say? We're here for sports, and I am fully believable. I could come up here and talk about myself, but we're here for sports, and let's look at it. We live in a very tough world. We live in a divided world. What's one thing that's common? Sports. It doesn't matter rich or poor, our religions, our races, it doesn't matter whether it's on that rink or on the mats or wherever. Sports is why we're here. Sports is what brings us together. So I encourage all of us, the fellow inductees, as we begin coaching careers, and obviously it's become a huge part of mine, which I constantly say, it's not about what I've done. I love what I've done. I love those world championships, but it's just the icing, it's the sprinkles on top. I'm here for service. That's why I'm here. I'm here to serve, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity to be given this podium, to be given this opportunity to speak. So thank you. On final notes, this is dedicated to my mom. She is no longer here with us, but if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here as well. 1985, I was on a movie theater watching The Karate Kid on the Cineplex, or the Seneca Casino, or the Seneca Theater on Queens, sorry. 1985, and here I am now, who would have thought? And on a side note, I got to also do a big shout out to my boy who's sitting here with me. The event got postponed, and we were really nervous about this because we competed in a grappling tournament in Syracuse, New York yesterday, but we rolled in about midnight, and so again, I'm glad that he's here to witness this. He's a huge part of this for me, and just again, thank you everybody, thanks for having me, and hey, let's keep this going.
Congratulations, Jeremy. I would like now to call upon the presenter, Bonnie Brady, for the inductee, Joseph Grant, athlete in hockey.
You guys didn't turn the pages. I am very pleased to introduce Joe Grant. Donald Norman Joseph Joe Grant, born January 23rd, 1957, unfortunately left our world January 5th, 2011, was an exceptional Canadian ice hockey defenseman whose career spanned junior, university, national, and international levels. Born in Sudbury, but raised in Niagara Falls, Grant developed his passion for hockey alongside his three brothers, playing junior with the Buffalo Tondas, St. Catharines Blackhawks, and Kitchener Rangers, before joining the University of Toronto in 1977. At U of T, Grant was a key member of the 1977-78 Varsity Blues OUAA championship team and earned first-team All-Star honors in 1979. He represented Canada at the 1980 and the 1984 Winter Olympics. His professional career included playing for Modo in Sweden and serving as player coach for Kudo, I hope I said that right, where he helped expand the sport's presence in Japan. Returning to U of T in 1982-83, Grant captained the Blues to a first-place finish and an OUAA silver medal. Internationally, he was named Best Defenseman at the Pravda Cup tournament in Leningrad. Beyond the rink, he participated in the inaugural Canadian Olympic Academy in Calgary, represented Canada at the International Olympic Academy in Greece, served as Secretary of Hockey Canada, and was a member of the COA Athletic Selection Committee in 1986 to 87. Grant was inducted into the U of T Sports Hall of Fame in 2010. Joe's life reflected excellence and mentorship, a legacy carried forward by the athletes and communities he inspired. He passed away in 2011 at age 53 after a courageous battle with brain cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame recipients' brothers, Kevin and Robert, to the stage. Well, here they come. I think Kevin is going to speak.
Good afternoon. My name's Kevin. This is my brother Rob. We're here on behalf of our older brother Joseph, who sadly passed away, as Bonnie said, in 2011. It's my pleasure to say a few words in his honor of his induction into the Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame. As a family, we would first like to extend our heartfelt congratulations to the other inductees and their families today for all of their hard work and dedication to advancing sports in Niagara Falls and elsewhere. We would like to express our gratitude and appreciation to Mr. Michael Gruich for recognizing Joe's achievements and nominating him to the Wall of Fame. As well, we would like to thank the selection committee and the mayor for accepting Joe's nomination. In addition, we would like to also thank Ms. Beth Angle and Ms. Bonnie Brady and all those involved in organizing this event today. While we would have loved to still have Joe with us to enjoy this moment, we are grateful in accepting this dedication in his name. We've always been proud of Joe's achievements, and though he is no longer with us, this honor will keep alive his life's accomplishments so that others may be inspired to give back to their communities through sport as well. Thank you.
I think it's your mic.
Congratulations to Joe and to Joe's family. I would like now to call upon the presenter, Caleb Smith, for the next award recipient, Sarah Kovac, athlete in volleyball.
It is my pleasure to introduce Sarah. Sarah Kovac has been a standout athlete from a young age, excelling in volleyball and track and field. A top Ontario competitor, she won OFSA with her Eden High School volleyball team, placed third in the Provincial Club Championship, and earned 2 OFSA medals in triple jump, setting regional and Southern Ontario records while continually surpassing her personal best. Kovac earned a full Division I scholarship to Loyola Marymount University in California, where she achieved national success, helping her indoor volleyball team reach the NCAA Sweet 16 and winning a West Coast championship in beach volleyball. After graduation, she competed professionally in Europe, playing in Slovenia and in Germany's Bundesliga, and represented Canada at the 2019 Pan American Games in Lima, Peru. Her journey has also been defined by remarkable resilience. In April 2022, at the height of her career, Kovac suffered a severe brain injury caused by a cavernous malformation. After weeks in the ICU and a tracheotomy and feeding tube, she faced an intense rehabilitation at Hotel du Shaver, relearning to walk and regaining her independence through determination and grit. Kovac went on to channel her passion and experience into coaching with the Niagara Rapids Volleyball Club, mentoring young athletes to reach their goals. Her story is one of excellence, courage, and perseverance, a powerful example of overcoming adversity and inspiring others to approach sport and life with the same strength and heart that defined her remarkable journey. Sarah, please come to the podium to speak.
Hopefully everyone can hear me. I don't think words can express how honored and humbled I am to receive this recognition. And in a city that I was born and raised in will always have a very special place in my heart. My entire career started here in Niagara before I went on and got to represent my country and live all around the world. Following little 11-year-old Sarah's dreams was a dream come true. And when you're a young athlete, everything feels very intense. Every win, every loss, every practice, and every game feels all-consuming. But when you look back in line with what everyone has said today, it's not about the big moments. It's about who they shaped you into. Sports gave me confidence. It became my biggest teacher. It taught me discipline and hard work and how to keep going when things get hard. It taught me the power of believing in yourself. And when I got sick, sports gave me the lessons that I didn't know I would need when I had no choice but to be resilient. I don't think I could have recovered the way that I did if it wasn't for the lessons that I learned through sport, and because of that I get to stand here today and receive this wonderful recognition. I will always do my best to mentor the younger generation, not just because I want them to be a better athlete, but because I know what a great teacher sport is. I'm a better version of myself today because I played sports, and I know that every student that I get to teach will also be a better version of themselves because of that. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for this recognition. It means a lot to me, and the city means a lot to me as well, so thank you.
Congratulations, Sarah. I would like to call upon the presenter, Gary McDonald, for the next individual being inducted, Carolyn St. Angelo Lattis.
It is my pleasure to introduce Carolyn Lattis. Carolyn is a lifelong Niagara Falls athlete who developed an early passion for sports. She began playing basketball in grade 9 at Niagara Falls Collegiate and quickly stood out as a talented competitor. Continuing her athletic journey at Niagara College, she became a cornerstone of the women's basketball program. As team captain, Carolyn earned multiple accolades, including Female Athlete of the Year in both 1980-81 and 1981-82. She became Niagara College's all-time leading scorer with 778 points, a record that stood for 27 years and consistently ranked among the top scorers in Ontario's Collegiate Athletic Association. Finishing fourth in 1981 with an average of 16.7 points per game. Her achievements also included an athlete of distinction, most valuable player, a school letter for varsity basketball, and induction into the Niagara College Knights Sports Hall of Fame. A multi-sport athlete, Carolyn also excelled in floor hockey, winning a title at Niagara College, and was a standout fastball player playing for St. Catharines Darts and Niagara Falls Regs Candy Kitchen teams. Renowned as both a pitcher and a batter, she earned MVP honors and led her teams to numerous tournament victories. Her passion for sport extended into coaching, guiding the Deb Sanholm's Travel Midget Ladies fastball team to the 1981 Midget Championship and running pitching clinics for young athletes across Niagara. Carolyn's athleticism, leadership, dedication have left a lasting legacy, inspiring generations of Niagara athletes to produce excellence both in sport and in life and in the community. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be here today. Congratulations to the inductees here today. It's an honor to be here with you. Thank you to the City of Niagara Falls Selection Committee for believing that my contributions were worthy of this recognition. I'm truly grateful. My amazing coaches who believed in me at 5'4", who taught me discipline, being accountable for my actions, that it was a privilege and not a right to wear that jersey, and that hard work and long hours could get you somewhere, but that mental toughness can get you just about anywhere. And to so many athletes I've had the privilege of calling teammates, I am so proud of our accomplishments, bringing home championships, playing in the summer games in fastball, and the honor of playing against Team Canada, men's Paralympic basketball team, are memories that are never forgotten, and to our friendships that lasted longer than our playing days, and for always remembering the unspoken rule, whatever happened in Niagara stays in Niagara. Thank you to my friends and family that are here today, and for supporting me and sharing in this moment. And a heartfelt thank you to my son Giacomo, who inducted me or nominated me for this incredible honor. And to have both my sons today that never saw their mom throw a fastball on a diamond or score a bucket in college or get inducted into Niagara's Wall of Fame, this means so much more to me because you are both here. Again, congratulations to the inductees. Thank you so much to the City of Niagara Falls, the city I grew up in. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again, Carolyn. I would now like to introduce our final athlete, Giancarlo Rapanero. Giancarlo? Giancarlo Rapanero's football journey began in Niagara Falls at St. Paul Catholic High School and developed into an accomplished collegiate and professional career. From 2006 to 2010, he started as a linebacker for the Wilfrid Laurier Golden Hawks, earned recognition as a two-time CIS All-Canadian and a three-time OUA First-Team All-Star. In 2010, Rapanero was awarded the President's Trophy as the OUA's top stand-up defensive player. He concluded his university career with 130.5 tackles and 16.5 sacks. You might have to explain the 0.5, I don't know, but ranking second all-time in Golden Hawks history. His lasting impact on the program earned him selection to Wilfrid Laurier's Team of the Century. Following his university success, Rapanero was signed by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, where he participated in training camps and preseason competition. He went on to extend his professional career internationally, playing in Italy, Finland, and Austria. In 2013, he proudly represented Italy on the international stage, demonstrating both leadership and elite-level performance. Beyond his playing career, Rapanero has committed to the sport in his hometown, mentoring high school defensive backs and linebackers and sharing the knowledge gained through years of high-level competition. In 2015, his achievements were formally recognized with induction into the Wilfrid Laurier Golden Hawks Hall of Fame. Today, Rapanero serves his community as a firefighter in St. Catharines. The teamwork, discipline, camaraderie that defined his football career continued to shape his life and legacy both on and off the field. Congratulations.
It's truly an honor to be standing here today and being inducted into the Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame. I want to start by congratulating my colleagues up here, the fellow inductees. It's incredibly humbling to be recognized along with such an accomplished and inspiring group. To my family, thank you for your constant love, patience, and sacrifices along the way. You've supported the long hours, the commitment, and the passion that sports demands, and you've done it without hesitation. And to my boys, I hope you know that everything I do is with you in mind. I hope you take from my journey the importance of hard work, perseverance, and surrounding yourself with good people. You are my greatest motivation and my proudest accomplishment. I'm also deeply grateful to the coaches who volunteer their time, shared their knowledge, and pushed me to grow, not just as an athlete, but as a person. Your commitment and generosity left a lasting impact on my life. And a very special thank you to two of those coaches, Paulo Siriani and Rick Doreskovich, for their persistence in nominating me for this honor. Your belief in me and your dedication to recognizing local athletes truly mean more than you know. While my name may be on this plaque, the recognition truly belongs to an army of people who have supported me, challenged me, and helped shape my journey. I'm proud to be part of the Niagara Falls sports community and incredibly thankful for this honor. Thank you.
Congratulations, Giancarlo. We will now move on to our builder inductions. I would like to call upon presenter Bonnie Brady for the first builder being inducted, Bob Benson.
Sorry guys, we just gotta change the page. Where's Bob? Is he coming up? Okay. We'll make our way up to the stage, Bob. It is my pleasure to introduce Bob. Bob Benson devoted his time, energy, and leadership to growing soccer in Niagara Falls for over 40 years. From 1975 to 2018, his vision and tireless volunteerism transformed opportunities for young athletes, especially girls, laying the foundation for the sport's lasting success in the city. After moving to Niagara Falls in 1976, Bob began coaching and joined the Niagara Falls Soccer Club executive. With 2 daughters in the game, he became a driving force behind the Niagara Falls Girls Soccer Club, serving on its board for over 20 years as vice president, president, and past president. He expanded house league programs, strengthened the competitive stream, and introduced the club's first technical director position. Bob also helped develop the Kaler Road Sports Park, Niagara's first dedicated soccer facility, which remains central to the sport today. As a coach, Bob led multiple teams to success at Ontario's top competitive levels, including the Ontario Youth Soccer League. In 2001, he guided one of the first Niagara Falls girls teams to reach an Ontario Cup final, and his squads earned numerous league and tournament titles. Committed to local development, he fielded exclusively Niagara Falls players, many of whom went to compete in the NCAA, OUA, Team Ontario, and Team Canada. Beyond club soccer, Bob coached with the Niagara District program for over 15 years, helping identify and mentor elite athletes. Honored with the National 3M Community Coach Award in 2001. His true legacy lives on in the generations of players whose skills, character, and confidence he helped shape. Congratulations, Bob.
Wow, I really don't know what to say. But first of all, I'd like to say that anybody that played soccer for me knows I don't really need a microphone. I did a lot of shouting in those days. Jeremy, I really enjoyed your speech about about coaching and stuff like that. I thought it was a great speech. Well done. But first of all, I'd like to thank the people that nominated me and the people that supported the nomination, which they all know who they are. I'm not going to go through them. And of course, the election committee for giving me this great honor. People ask me in the past why I started coaching. It's quite easy. One afternoon, a friend of mine said to me, "Do you want to help me coach on Saturday mornings, Joe?" I showed up. That was the last time I saw him. So 40 years later, I carried on. So, sorry. I can't even read my own writing. It's pretty bad. And anyway. Like most coaches, I love to win. And I played the sport to win, I coached to win. But the trophies weren't the real reward. The real reward was you know, being involved in multiple teams, being involved in some great athletes, and the fact that, you know, a lot of the players that I was involved with managed to get scholarships and stuff like that, and honoured by playing for Ontario, and one girl, of course, Lisa Collison, who played for Canada. So I was just happy that I was involved in some of that development. When I became president of the girls' soccer, I just followed a dream that past president Ivor Shaw had when he had a dream of creating a centre for girls' soccer, and I just followed that dream. I couldn't have done that without the assistance of a great committee at the time, who spent endless hours working the bingo on a Sunday night at midnight. And I couldn't really have achieved anything else without my vice president of the day, my right-hand man, Andrew Howcroft, who deserves a lot of credit for me being up here today. You know, I'd like to say, really, there are several people involved already on the Wall of Fame from soccer, and I'd like to mention those people if I could. I don't want to make this too long, but Bill Black, who I had a great respect for, and he was the first guy on my doorstep when we were building the Niagara Falls Kayla Road facility, with money in his hand to pay for the first. So I had to recognize him. Dan O'Connor and Lou Nicholson, Lou I would work quite a lot with. They had the foresight into bringing all the minor communities into one soccer club, which we seem to be undoing at the moment, but that's another point. And on the girls' side, it would be remiss of me not to mention Betty Dempsey, who really founded the girls' soccer, you know, along with Paisley. Carol Belowski, who moved the girls' soccer into, you know, the 20th century. And oh, that's right, I did mention Paisley Janbury, who was very supportive of me when I was president of the club. She was very, very supportive, and it was nice to see my picture up there with her when we unveiled the new sign for the girls' soccer, for Niagara United now. Okay. I'd like to thank everybody that's here, especially some of the ex-players. I didn't expect to see any of them there. Thank you very much for your support. I've got one more thing. I'd like to also thank my wife for her support. When you coach for 40 years and president, you have to have a backbone behind you, and Mary, you've been that. And I'd like to say, lastly, I'm very proud to say that my two daughters, Lindsay and Susanna, are actually both coaching, putting back in the game that they played for such a long time. And I have to say thank you very much for this great honour. It's great to be associated with some fantastic people, and thank you.
Paper mess here. Congratulations, Bob. I'd like to call upon our next presenter, Caleb Smith. For the next individual being inducted, Jeremy Cross, builder in basketball.
Jeremy Cross's lifelong passion for sport has taken him from a standout athlete in Niagara Falls to a nationally recognized leader in the Canadian amateur sports system. A graduate of A.N. Meyer Secondary School, Jeremy excelled in multiple sports, earning Male Athlete of the Year honors several times, and setting the foundation for a career devoted to athletics, leadership, and mentorship. Since 2018, he has served as Executive Director of the Coaches Association of Ontario, advancing coach education and development province-wide. Previously, as team manager for Canada Basketball's senior men's national team, He contributed to the program's success and professionalism on the international stage. At the grassroots level, Jeremy has made an equally profound impact. Beginning in 2007 with the Toronto Lords basketball program, he has guided teams to multiple Ontario Cup championships while creating opportunities for youth from underrepresented communities. His coaching emphasizes not only athletic performance, but also mentorship, empowerment, and personal growth, positively influencing hundreds of young athletes. Jeremy's career exemplifies both excellence and service, bridging the gap between elite and community sport. Through his leadership, integrity, and commitment to developing others, he has strengthened the foundation of coaching in Ontario and left a lasting legacy on Canadian sport. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Caleb. Honorary guests and dignitaries, Mayor Jim Diodati, city staff, the Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame Committee, thank you so much for this incredible honor. I am truly, truly amazed by this recognition, and it means so much to me. I'd also like to take a second to thank my nominator, John. It means the world to me to be put forward by a former teammate, a classmate, a current coaching counterpart, and now fellow Wall of Fame inductee. It really does mean a lot. That respect from a peer is the highest compliment that I could receive. So in lead up to today, I've been reflecting on how did this journey happen? And the answer was really simple. It was coaches from right here in Niagara. It started at home with my parents, Heather and Mike Cross. They're here today, and they're certainly more than just coaches to me as my parents. My dad coached me for nearly 2 decades. He was there from my very first hit as a toddler to my very last basket in OFSA. He's also a fellow inductee now in this Niagara Falls Wall of Fame too. My mom was my very first leadership coach. She was a shining example of a leader both at home and in her professional life. She taught me so much about responsibility early on, from making my sisters' lunches, packing their backpacks, walking all 3 of them to school every single day. And also, just a little quick aside, I got to thank my sisters too. They were a huge part of this journey. They spent so much time traveling in cars, road trips, hotels, sitting on bleacher seats, diamonds, basketball gyms, and keeping the Oaks Park canteen in business for probably about a decade. But I thank you all very much for all of it. It means so much to me. And thank you all for being here today too. And with all of the cousins and all the kids from my sister's side. So it's great to have everybody here in support of me today. My path was further shaped by so many other coaches in the Niagara region. So many of them saw potential in me before I saw it in myself. I think of my grade 6 teacher, Marge Newton, and she was my track coach at Prince Philip. And she told me that I needed to be able to match the effort that I'm putting into my sports with the effort that I'm putting in at school at such a young age. I think of my coach, Gary Graziani, about the 5 A's lessons that I carry with me even to this day, every single day. I think of my grade 9 basketball coach, Dave Stockton. He coached me far, far beyond the court in X's and O's in basketball. He's taught me so much and helped me prepare for so many job interviews and career path decisions over and over and over, and I'm so grateful for him. From my very first internship role to my current role and even the national team role. I think of Tom Grantis, my coach and phys ed teacher at A.N. Meyer School. Tom presented me with so many leadership opportunities to pursue over my life at high school, leading to things such as my role as a captain on the team, athletic council, and other student government positions while I was there. But most importantly, he is the reason why I'm a coach today. It started at a basketball camp that we ran in order to run and make some money in order to go to Kelowna as a team and play in a basketball tournament there. I have never stopped coaching since that day, and that was about 26 years ago. That passion in coaching is what led me to a career in provincial and national team sport. At the Coaches Association of Ontario, that is where I met another really profound mentor and coach in my life. From here, right in the Niagara region, and that's Susan Kitchen, and she's also here today. Susan is a rowing coach. She's a former boss of mine. She's the founder of the Coaches Association of Ontario. She's also been inducted into the Welland Sports Wall of Fame as well. Susan and I worked together for about 15 years. Our bond is rooted in the CEO model, which is coaches helping coaches. I want to thank her very much for all the mentorship over all of the years. Thank you for being here today. Even into your retirement now, you're always there when I ever need you, or if I ever need anything, you're there a call away all the time. So thank you so much for all of that and today. Finally, to my wife Tara and my children, Lise and Tristan, coaching is impossible without the support of family and the love at home. I'm very fortunate to be able to give back to the community the way that I do in my professional life, my volunteer life, and now in my family life as my kids enter organized sports. So to all the coaches in the room, as well as all the other coaches that have supported me in my life, as well as friends such as Mike Briggs, who's here today, who's so impactful in my life in sport, thank you very, very much. To everyone else in the room, if you interact with a coach, whether it's today, whether it's later this week, or maybe you live with one at home, please make sure to thank them. They are the backbone of the sports system here in Ontario, even the rec system in here in Ontario. They're vital to the health of our community. Please thank them when you get a chance. Thank you again, Niagara Falls, for this tremendous honor. I am very, very grateful. Congrats to all the other inductees. Go Team Canada. The Olympics is just 1 week away. Let's have a great time. Go Canada. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jeremy. I'd like to call upon our next presenter, Bob McGrady, to induct Martha Cruikshank.
Atta girl, you just come right up here, Martha. This is a very special one for me. Martha and I have known each other since high school. She was my idol, but that's not what this is about. This is about Martha. Martha has devoted her life to sport as an athlete, educator, coach, official, and builder, leaving a lasting impact across Niagara. Growing up in Niagara Falls, she excelled in multiple sports, earning all-around championship honors at the Lions Aquatic Meet in the 1960s. In basketball, she starred for Maple Street School and Kitchener Street Church, winning provincial title in 1967. At NFCBI, she received the Girls Athletic Award, Principals Cup, and captured SASA titles in basketball, volleyball, badminton, gymnastics, and track and field. She continued her athletic career at the University of Toronto, competing in varsity basketball and volleyball and earning her varsity blue T designation. Returning home as an educator, Martha became the first woman major head of physical education in the Niagara South Board of Education at Stamford Collegiate, later teaching and coaching at both Stamford, Thorold Secondary, and Ann Meyer. She led teams in basketball, volleyball, soccer, track, badminton, and golf, and served as co-convener for the 2008 OFSA Badminton Championships. In retirement, Martha has continued her involvement through golf as a 15-time Niagara-on-the-Lake Golf Club champion, competing in the Ontario and Canadian Senior Golf Championships, and is a certified Golf Ontario and Golf Canada referee, officiating at events including the 2022 Canada Games. Her leadership in organizing women's golf leagues and tournaments has fostered excellence in community across Niagara. Martha is also active as a volleyball referee in local elementary schools and for the Ontario Volleyball Association. Martha Cruikshank's lifelong dedication to sport as a trailblazer, mentor, and competitor has inspired generations, building opportunities for athletes and strengthening the sporting spirit of Niagara Falls. Congratulations, Martha.
Thank you. Thanks, Bonnie. I don't know about the 1967 and the 60 whatevers. I mean, I'm gobsmacked by the room and the level of amazing people in this room, all the sports, all the athletes, all the coaches. I love Jeremy's talk about all the coaching, and I could mention so many teachers and coaches, but I prepared my words and I tried to make it 2 minutes, so I'm going to go really fast. I'll acknowledge the committee at the end. They've been acknowledged many times. They do a wonderful job. I have to say thank you to my husband, who's not here. He was the one that put forward my nomination, much to my surprise, because I didn't know what he was doing for months. He put it together all by himself, and he's like an archivist. I can't believe it. So I'm really very honored. I'm very flattered. Frankly, I feel very undeserving for this award. But I do accept with gratitude, because on behalf of all the people in my background who contributed to my life in sport, and for all those out there that are building Niagara sport even as we speak. Luckily for me, I grew up in a house of 2 loving parents, older siblings, various cats, dogs, lots going on. Parents were great, supported, cheered, encouraged basically their kids to develop whatever they wanted with passion. However, for me it was, Martha, if you can get there yourself and it doesn't cost too much, you can join. Because that's the way it was in the 50s and 60s. I hate to say it, but that's the way it was. If you couldn't get there yourself, you didn't go. I love Jeremy's talk about parents driving and the weekends and the tournaments and all that stuff. Didn't happen in the 50s and 60s. If you could walk, you could play. So I was introduced to the neighborhood pool, of course our local schools, and church basketball. Church basketball was the very first, I think, organized thing that I joined. Of course, through our school, Valleyway, Maple Street, NFCVI, University of Toronto, I could mention so many, many teachers who coached and mentored and, let us experience the joy of victory and the agony of defeat, and there was a lot of that. But, when I hear the term builder in this context, the first person I thought of was, excuse me, first person that came to mind was a very kind, gentle basketball coach from Kitchener Street United Church called Mr. McLeod. I think Barbie, who's here, would remember Mr. McLeod. I think he was probably my very first example of a volunteer who just stepped up and filled a void. He saw a void and he stepped up. He really wasn't an athlete. He was a lovely older gentleman, and we quite liked him. But here he was trying to corral a whole gang of rowdy, know-it-all grade 4 girls and trying to teach us this new game, basketball. He was very soft-spoken, but he was commanding in his performance. And I think he had an impact on us that at that time he didn't know, and we certainly didn't realize. But when I think back, he's the one that comes to mind. Builders influence and work in the background because we love what we do. I've always had fun. That's why I feel as I'm undeserving to get this award, because it's just been a lot of fun. We know the value of sport. A lot of our speakers at the microphone have talked about that, and I totally concur. And we all really just want to share with this wonderful love of sport and all its value with all the people and the kids that we can. So I'm very humbled to be singled out, but I realize that I'm just a little cog in the wheel. And the wheel of sport in Niagara is strong, and I want to remain dedicated and continue to, roll with the wheel as long as I can. And then it's going to be time for the next generation and the next generation to step in, fill the void, and do some coaching, do some volunteering. I loved watching my kids compete in sport, and my grandkids, some of whom are here now. And I often remind these guys about thanking their coaches, like Jeremy said. Thank your coaches, because without them, you would not be enjoying the rich childhood that you are enjoying right now. The Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame is a testament to the many great citizens we have here, and I'm honored to join the club. Most importantly, I really want to thank you, the committee, for continuing this event, for putting it together, and I want to thank you for the great work that you do to encourage and support the Niagara sport community. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Martha. Just a little shout out to Paisley. One thing about her was she wanted events to run on time. And we started a minute or two late, and she was the one lady that would go, Jim, where were you? We got to get started at 2. Let's go. She was a powerful lady, a super powerful influence on all of us, but on me especially. I just wanted to give her a shout out. And I'd like to call Jim up to make some final dedications.
Thanks very much, Gary, and some great speeches, some great words of wisdom. And this is what we've always said, it's not even about the sport, it's about the lessons that you take away. And really, you know, Martha just mentioned about if you could walk there, you know, you could play if it didn't cost too much. And today, it's a lot of effort. You're dragging around your siblings, you know, they got to sit around they call them rink rats, and just hanging around or hanging around the park. Or it's, you know, you're calling other family members, grandparents, can you take them? Can you pick them up? Make sure they get their homework done, get your studying, eat well. You need your rest, get to bed. Today it's put your phone away, give me your phone, get to sleep. There's always new challenges, but it's those challenges that you help them overcome because you see something in them and you know they've got potential to do incredible things. If only you could remove some of the distractions and help them understand about discipline. So I just want to say thank you. I'm honored to be on the stage, share the stage with some of these great people who have changed people's futures because of your commitment to sport. So now that we're all finished, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say congratulations to all of the 2025 inductees and for all of your accomplishments, and like a ripples in the pond, you'll never really truly know the impact that you've had. So on behalf of City Council, it is my pleasure and honor to officially dedicate the 2025 inductees into the Niagara Falls Sports Wall of Fame. Congratulations.
Just very quickly, we'd like to acknowledge and thank all the nominees, sponsors, and supporters for this year's induction ceremony. A special thank to Darren Sawyer and Your TV for today's event coverage. The induction ceremony will also be is also being recorded by WeStream. The ceremony will be available for viewing on the city's website. We hope you enjoyed the 35th annual Sports Wall of Fame induction ceremony. I would make a final request to our inductees to please come to the stage. We'd like to do a little bit of a photo shoot before you go. Again, thank you for coming. Thank you very much.